Hey everybody, I'm back with another one. Back with this pre-camp lookout that I got going here for the Cleveland Browns, and I'm really excited about this one. This one, we're looking at the linebackers. We got a few of the better linebackers, a few of them I really love, and we're going to start with heavy hitters. Now, this is a huge year for the linebackers. And it helps because we've got our top two guys. One is the reigning defensive rookie of the year, Mr. Carson Schwesinger. Now, with Schwesinger, it gets a little interesting because he had 150 some tackles, 2 interceptions, multiple pass breakups, and I think it was 3 sacks. He was everywhere. He was a beast, and he quickly got the green dot for the defense. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. Because what happens there, you got your established leader, an incredibly tough young man who's only in his second year, the reigning defensive rookie of the year, and who was expected to miss 4 weeks last year with a high ankle sprain, took the bye week, came back, didn't miss a game. Incredibly tough young man. And beside him this year, you got former All Pro Quincy Williams. And here's the contrast where Schwesinger is 6'3, 242, Williams is 5'11, 230. Schwesinger's in his second year, and Williams is in his seventh year. Williams is intensity. He's energy. He's a former first-time All-Pro. And that was in 2023 with the Jets. Important to remember, that happened with Coach Rudy. New defensive coordinator, Coach Rudenberg. That happened with Coach Rudenberg. So, what we have here is somebody who has had, when playing over 15 games, he has had over 100 tackles. He's done that 3 times in his career. So, with this situation, what we're looking at, we got 2 incredibly athletic guys who can get sideline to sideline, 2 guys that are really tough, while Williams has had more trouble with injuries. He's 5'11". He's going to get swallowed up by some bigger guys. So, he's going to get injured a little bit. But he's played over 15 games. In almost half of his 7 seasons. So, if you're looking at it from that standpoint, then Williams is one of the best people you can get, especially with his familiarity with Coach Rudy on the defensive side and how he is going to use Quincy Williams. You add him to Carson Schwesinger. Coach Rudenberg, he's definitely got some stuff going for him. Now, another thing that is good to be looking at are the young guys. One guy I have particularly been vouching for since he was in college, and I think he's going to be the number one backup this year, is Nathaniel Watson. 6 foot tall, 233 pounds, good in coverage, good athlete, good recognition skills, pretty good ball skills. He's played inside, he's played outside. He's played weak, he's played strong, he's played middle. He is one of the most decorated SEC players, specifically defenders and linebackers, within the last 2 decades. He was the 2023 SEC Defensive Player of the Year. He was All SEC First Team in 2023. Semifinals for the Buckus Award in 2023. He was the second team All SEC in 2022, among multiple other awards that he has won in the SEC. Watson has been plagued by he's had a couple injuries, but he just hasn't lived up to potential. He's athletic, he's all over the field, he can do anything, yet he hasn't been able to measure up. And that has hurt him a lot in the pros, because he is a good special teams player. He can do everything he wants on the field. And he's a smart player. He could probably carry the green dot if he could just pull it all together. And if he does pull it together, he's not going to take the green dot from Schwesinger. But he's somebody who could give Quincy Williams a blow when he needs to every now and then, because Quincy Williams is an active guy. He's a very intense guy. So he needs somebody like Nathaniel Watson behind him. Now, if we're really looking here, Nathaniel Watson is 6 foot 233. Quincy Williams, 5'11", 230. Carson Schwesinger, 6 foot 3, 242. You have a muscular, athletic group there. And Schwesinger being 6 foot 3 in the middle, he has a good wingspan to knock down balls over the middle, to go along with his athletic counterparts. And speaking of athletic counterparts, now we have the fourth guy that I really want to get into, and that's the rookie, Justin Jefferson. 6 foot, 223 pounds, short yardage inside backer from Alabama. Now, the big thing about Jefferson, he's not the biggest, he's not the strongest. I believe he would probably, like Watson, I believe would be best at weak side. I think Jefferson's best position would probably be strong side. So when we're looking at this, Jefferson is a strong coverage player in zone. His man skills, little to be desired, but his zone coverage is very good. And if you watch the tape, it will show up on tape. His explosion mostly comes from inside the box, where he is very good at getting behind the line of scrimmage, changing direction, and getting to the ball carrier. I think he had 85 tackles last season and 6.5 for loss. He didn't have that many sacks. I think he had 3 sacks or whatever it was. So he wasn't getting sacks, but what he was doing, he was clogging up the running lanes because his short yardage burst was so good. He was able to hit the holes and hit them with ferocity from that 5 yard, 3 to 5 yards that the linebackers stand back at, depending on, what defense they're running. So he was able to get to the ball. And as a freshman, he also ended up playing special teams. His freshman year, he was coached by Nick Saban. He was recruited by Nick Saban. So while he's not the sideline to sideline guy, he's a guy you can put on the strong side or even in the middle on occasion to plug those holes and be strong in zone coverage. And if he can slide to the strong side, that'll give the Browns Quincy Williams, who can do the sideline to sideline intensity. That'll give you your green dot, Pro Bowl, just beast of a man, to be honest with you. Carson Schwesinger in the middle. And then your 2 guys that you're going to look at to come in and give you a blow whenever necessary, Nathaniel Watson and Justin Jefferson. You can go on the weak side, you can go on the strong side, you can go situational. And you can keep these guys fresh. It looks to me like the Browns have put together a strong nucleus of linebackers. And that strong nucleus is going to be needed in this new age, because I've already gone over the defensive line. Those guys are young, and some of them are still needing to establish themselves. So if you have Watson, who's a 3rd-year pro, Schwesinger, who's a 2nd-year pro, and reigning defensive rookie of the year, and you have a former All-Pro besides Schwesinger starting, and now you're bringing in Justin Jefferson on top of that, you're looking at some really good players if they can be meshed together. And remember, the Browns have one of the better linebacker coaches, a former defensive coordinator in his own right, who was promoted to run game coordinator, I believe it was, and linebackers coach for the defense. So he was given a promotion this offseason. So he's going to know what these guys do better than anybody, and he's going to put them in position to succeed. Good. And what we have 3 legitimate ball hawks. Now, I want to emphasize that. You have 3 legitimate ball hawks and a potential 4th ball hawk. Because Jefferson, I say potential because, well, he hasn't even had a full camp yet. Now, if he comes out in camp and does anything close to what Schwesinger did last year, hopefully he doesn't deplete a running back like Schwesinger did. But if he does anything close to what Schwesinger did last year, you could be looking at 4 legitimate ball hawks at linebacker. 4 guys running all over the field, all over the place, just looking for the ball. Now, I don't know how many people out there have actually played defense or how many people out there have actually played offense. But you can tell if somebody's going to be all over the place, especially if if you are an offensive lineman and you see people flying all over the place, you can tell. Because we as offensive linemen are trained to see everything that's going on. And so when we get out of our snaps, we got our hands up, we're down and ready. We have to see those linebackers to see if anybody's coming or not. And if we see somebody coming, we have to get one hand free because we got to keep a hand on our guy, but we also have to put a hand on the other guy that's coming. Because if one of us gets a hand up there, then you're delaying 2 players on a rush instead of just one. Now, you also have to have recovery so you can get back to your guy. Because you don't know if the guy beside you, no matter how much rapport you have with, say I was a left tackle, even though I had a good rapport with my guard, Dink was his nickname, so we'll call him Dink on here. Dink may have been looking on the other side. Now, if we were both looking to get 2 hands in the chest of the blitzer and we can both get back to our guy. But if he was looking in a different direction than I saw that rusher, I have to be able to get that hand in his chest and move back to my guy on the rush and make sure that quarterback can step up. And we have to know what those linebackers are doing. And if you have 4 guys flying to the ball, flying all over the place, that creates problems for the offensive lineman that you may not have thought about at first. And if you didn't think about it, then you may end up with some issues. Because the quarterback may take a hit, the running back may take a hit. Because if you're protecting for the run and you see that linebacker coming in, you can angle your guy to push into that linebacker and stymie him that way. But if you're against the pass, you're potentially leaving your quarterback open if you're not paying attention to the linebackers. So if you're not paying attention, you're going to potentially leave somebody open to getting hit. And you don't want to do that. So that creates a lot of mismatches. If you got 4 guys hawking the ball. So that will be it for today's show. I hope everybody enjoyed the linebacker breakdown. So go ahead, look down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit that ding-a-ling, like and subscribe, and remember, this shot's on us.